Okay, I'm here to do my predictions for UFC 91, Couture versus Lesnar. This is going to be a huge card for them. I mean, not only do they have Couture returning after that big hoopla, but they have him fighting Brock Lesnar, who's already a pretty big draw in his own right. So this is just going to be a big card, and it's just going to roll right into the December card, which is going to be huge. Anyway, I'll get right into it. Nate Quarry, he's 10-2. His only loss in the UFC is to Rich Franklin. After that fight, he had to have surgery on his back, and he was out for pretty much all of 2006. And, you know, because of that, this is only going to be his third fight in 3 years. But I'm glad to see him back, glad to see him active again. He's pretty well-rounded. He's good on the ground, got good submissions. He's great on the feet. He's got an unorthodox striking style. He tends to come in from weird angles and catch people off guard. He's coming off of his win against Caleb Starnes, match in which he thought he was showing up for a fight, and turns out he was showing up for a track meet. Interesting to note about that fight, which a lot of people don't know, is Nate Quarry actually won Sprint of the Night honors for that fight. So kudos to him for that. He's fighting Demian Maia. He's 9-0. One of the greatest jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world. He's a two-time jiu-jitsu world champ. He won the 2007 ADCC. He's won countless grappling tournaments. He's just one of the greatest jiu-jitsu guys in the world. And he's not a one-dimensional fighter. I think he has, you know, he's not excellent on the feet, but I think he's underrated on the feet. He's got a pretty decent stand-up as well. He's had 3 fights in the UFC. All 3 fights he won by submission, and all 3 fights he won Submission of the Night honors for, and I think we're going to see that again with this fight. I'm going to take Demian Maia by a second-round submission. Gabriel Gonzaga, he's 10-3. He's trying to work his way back up the ladder right now after losing 2 in a row. One to Couture and then one to Fabricio Verdum. He came back, beat Justin McCauley, and now he's looking to take out Josh Hendricks as well. He's never gone to a decision. Out of his 10 wins, he's won 4 by knockout and 6 by submission. All 3 of his losses are by TKO. He's got 1 to Couture and 2 to Verdum, who seems to have his number. Josh Hendricks, he's 15-4, and he has 10 submission victories. So his bread and butter seems to be the submission. Gabriel Gonzaga has never been submitted. However, I was looking at Gonzaga's record the other day because I like to try to prepare myself when I make these videos, and I saw that Gabriel Gonzaga has a submission victory over Charlie Brown. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think it takes one heartless mother to grab Charlie Brown and submit him. So, based on that, I'm going, actually based on a lot of other stuff, but I'm going with Gonzaga by first-round submission. And I know Amir Sadallah from The Ultimate Fighter. He's got a professional record of 1-0. Seems to be pretty well-rounded. Has a good kickboxing, good Muay Thai base. Seems to have pretty good submissions. I was actually watching some of his kickboxing fights here on YouTube. I suggest if you guys haven't seen them, go check some of them out because they're pretty entertaining. He's fighting Nick Catone. He's 5-0. He has 3 KOs, 1 submission, 1 decision. I'm predicting a pretty good stand-up battle here. I think Amir's going to take it. I'm going to say second-round TKO. Kenny Kenflo Florian. I'm sorry, but that nickname just isn't cutting it with me. Kenflo? Sounds like the name of an air conditioner or a dishwasher.
It's the new Kenflo dishwasher. 6 wash cycles, adjustable nylon racks, and a self-cleaning filter. The new Kenflo dishwasher by Kenflo.
Anyway, he's 10-3. He's on a 5-fight win streak. Out of his last 9 fights, he's only lost once, and that was to Sean Shirk. Nothing to be ashamed of there. He's well-rounded. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's got good strikes, good Muay Thai, vicious elbows. Joe Stevenson, he's 29-8. He's good on the ground. He's got good submissions. 14 of his 29 wins are by submission. He doesn't have much to offer on the feet. I'm going to take Kenny Florian by, I'm going to say decision. Randy Couture versus Brock Lesnar. Wrestler versus wrestler. Randy Couture, he's a 4-time national Greco-Roman champ. Brock Lesnar is a Division I national champ. Randy Couture has the experience. Brock Lesnar has the strength, the size, and the speed. Couture, once again, finds himself in the underdog position. And that's the position, like he says, that's the position that he always flourishes in. I see this fight ending one of two ways. Either Brock Lesnar gets a knockout or a TKO referee stoppage, or Randy Couture submits Brock Lesnar. I do not see this fight going 5 rounds. Cardio isn't a problem. I think both these guys have great cardio, but I just don't see this fight going 5 rounds. Randy has to approach this with the right game plan, because he is not going to win with his wrestling. Brock Lesnar is just as good a wrestler, and he's 60 pounds heavier. He is easily going to control Randy in a wrestling match. What Randy, in my opinion, has to do is work on his jiu-jitsu, because what Brock has shown us in both of his UFC fights is that his jiu-jitsu needs a lot of work. He was easily submitted by Frank Mir, and after having Heath Herring on the ground in a fetal position for 13 minutes, he could not finish him. He could not submit him. So yeah, his weakness is definitely his jiu-jitsu. Couture really needs to exploit that. Really has to up his jiu-jitsu game, and that's going to win him the fight, because he's not going to win based on wrestling. Brock Lesnar's just too damn big. He's coming into this fight with a 6-inch reach advantage. He's going to be at least 60 pounds heavier by fight day. He cuts to 265. He has to cut to make the heavyweight. By fight day, he's going to be back up to about 280, maybe 285. Imagine Jens Pulver fighting Wanderlei Silva. That's the weight difference we're talking about here. It's just a huge weight difference. Remember, Couture originally dropped from heavyweight to light heavyweight because the bigger guys were giving him trouble. Rico Rodriguez, Josh Barnett. Those guys were only 250. Lesnar's going to be 30 pounds heavier than that. Couture has said himself, he tends to flourish in the underdog spot. I have full confidence that he's coming in with the right game plan. He's going to bring a good jiu-jitsu game, and I personally think he's going to eke out a second round submission. So I'm taking Randy Couture by second round submission.